직업에 대해 여러분은 어떤 생각을 갖고 있나요? 수많은 종류의 직업을 통해 사람들은 자신의 삶을 꾸려가고 있습니다. 그 다양한 직업의 세계에 대해 여러분은 어디까지 상상해 본 적이 있나요? 인간이 직접 하는 일이 줄어들고 그 자리를 로봇이 대신하는 세상에 우리는 살고 있습니다. 빠르게 변하는 세상, 미래의 직업은 과연 어떤 모습일까요?
We see a lot of emerging technology that's going to create these future industries. It's things like the flying drones, it's the driverless cars, it's the Internet of Things, it's big data, it's mass energy storage systems, cryptocurrencies. All of these are going to create future jobs.
상상이 현실이 되고 있는 세상. 직업도 역사처럼 흐르고 변화하고 또 진화하고 있습니다.
Made the prediction that by 2030 over 2 billion jobs are going to disappear, and so we need to figure out ways of actually creating these new jobs. And so how do we create these new jobs? The new jobs actually get created in new future industries. And so what are these future industries?
미래 산업을 이끌 직업을 알아보기 위해 대한민국을 대표할 그들이 왔습니다. 뜨거운 경쟁을 뚫고 드림 주니어 탐험대가 된 주인공. 4차원 엉뚱 매력남 박찬. 그리고 호기심 가득 청순 미소녀 구지혜. 미래 직업을 직접 체험하기 위해 떠난 탐험대. 미국에서 한 달, 다시 일본에서 한 달을 보내며 직접 보고 듣고 느껴본 미래 직업의 세계. 뜨거웠던 도전과 모험의 시간들은 과연 어떤 이야기들을 전해주게 될까요? 강도, 해킹, 절도, 테러, 위험천만한 각종 범죄에 노출된 세상. 시대가 발전할수록 범죄 또한 진화하고 있습니다.
Crime's going to keep happening. So, more people being interested, it's just going to keep our field expanding.
끊이지 않는 범죄와의 전쟁, 범인들과 치열한 두뇌 싸움을 벌이는 직업들이 있는데요. 그건 바로 과학수사로 범인을 찾아내는 범죄과학수사관과 사설탐정. 우리의 안전을 지켜주는 신직업들을 드림 주니어가 도전했습니다.
우와, 여기 지문 있다. 봐봐.
오, 진짜 여기 있네? 오,
와.
미국 플로리다주에 있는 대표 휴양지 포트 로더데일. 미국의 베네치아라고 불릴 정도로 아름다운 이곳에서 우리 대원들이 만날 첫 번째 직업은 무엇일까요?
야, 탐정 만나러 간다, 탐정.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 헬로.
Welcome to ICR Investigations. I'm Earl Johnson. I'm an international investigator.
오늘의 멘토, 미국 국제사설탐정 얼 존슨. 탐정계의 대부 셜록 홈스. 뛰어난 언변으로 범인의 자백을 끌어낸 포아로. 링컨 대통령의 생명을 구한 앨런 핑커톤까지. 1850년 미국 최초로 앨런 핑커톤 탐정사무소가 생긴 이후로 현재 미국 내 약 5만 5천 명의 사설탐정이 활발하게 활동하고 있는데요. 사설탐정이 하는 일은 무엇일까요?
Generally, a private investigator deals more with more civil activities. Police departments, sheriff's departments, state officers, etc. deal with more criminal, even though they have civil divisions.
현장에 나가 직접 사건을 조사하고 각종 행사에 참여해 유명 인사를 보호하는 경호 역할까지 다방면으로 활동하고 있는 사설 탐정.
Being a private investigator is a very challenging and rewarding profession. It required a lot of experience, training, as well as developing worldwide contacts
지금부터 사설 탐정에 대해서 알아볼까요?
멘토님, 전 근데 사사탐정이 해가지고 셜록 홈즈처럼 막 코트 입고 모자 쓰고 할 줄 알았는데 아니네요.
Well, Sherlock Holmes is more in the movies than it is in real life. So this is a real life investigator. But Sherlock Holmes was very entertaining, that's for sure.
그런데요, 사설 탐정이라는 게 뭐예요?
Well, a private investigator is able to perform services and provide information that is not normally open to the public. And that's why we're licensed. And if you're interested in being a private detective or an investigator, then this is the place to start. Private investigators in general cover a large range of activities. Well, we're mainly focused in three areas. One in financial fraud investigation. The other is in maritime accident investigation. And the other is corporate due diligence and research for companies that are looking to expand their operations in different parts of the world. Won't you have a seat?
Thank you.
Okay, John, we have a case in the Bronx, New York City right now, and this case is about a fraud, a potential real estate fraud, where some financial people are interested in investing in real estate in the New York area, and it's going on. One of my investigators, his name is John Noto.
사설 탐정들에게 들어온 첫 번째 의뢰, 사기 사건 조사. 유럽에 있는 사업가로부터 뉴욕 부동산 중개업자가 사기범인지 아닌지를 조사해달라는 의뢰가 들어왔습니다. 과연 사설 탐정은 어떤 방법으로 조사를 할까요?
So that's John's Noto, our investigator's job now, is to find out. He's out there right now on the location. We were given an address.
와.
He's on that location right now. So we'll try to get a hold of him.
와.
Hello?
Hi, John. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, girl. How you doing?
Just fine. I have two honorary investigators with ICI here in this office in Florida. And we are wondering how you're doing on this case in the Bronx, and what have you discovered so far?
I finance area for the houses and stuff. But what I ended up finding out is that there's an elderly woman that's living at the residence.
The place that's supposed to be an office complex, what is that? Is that a building or a residence, or what is that?
It's a residential. It's residential.
Oh, it's a residential, so it's not a business office.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not unless he's working out of the house. But again, she never heard of him. And then what I did was I canvassed the neighbors as well. And the neighbors never heard of any real estate agent like that in the area either.
Good. I think our client will be very happy with this. Now, were you able to get photographs, and are you able to send those to us post-haste here?
Yeah. Yes, I have photographs, and I'm actually finalizing the report. I'll get it out to you in a few minutes. That's okay with you.
존이 보내준 사진 도착. 사진 한 장 한 장이 중요한 단서가 되므로 꼼꼼하게 관찰해야 합니다.
As he had indicated before, they were looking for an office building, you know, and it was a building that held real estate offices as well as other offices. And as you can see, it's not an office building, it's a residence. Okay, so that is the beginning of the fraud. Now that's the home, and this is the car. You can see it has a New York driver's license plate on it. We want to run that car's auto plate and make sure who owns that car.
아, 멘토님, 번호판을 조회해서 알아내는 것도 사설 탐정이 하는 일이에요?
We're able, because we're licensed investigators, we're able to use the same system the police department can use. We'll get all that information. We'll get the name and the address and their social security number, their driver's license number, we'll get it all on who owns from that car.
저는 탐정이라고 하길래 당연히 돋보기 들고 길 걸어다니면서 수사할 줄 알았거든요. 그런데 노트북으로 그 사람이 남긴 증거물이랑 표지판 분석도 하고 또 이렇게 화상 전화로 자료 받아서 수사를 하는 거예요. 그래서 와, 이렇게 과학 기술을 이용해서 수사를 하는구나. 진짜 제 상상을 뛰어넘는 완전 상상 초월이었어요.
A private investigating firm now has to be up with the state of the art when it comes to technology. We work off of a lot of our own databases as well as databases that are developed specifically for investigation, law. Some attorneys use it. So this is really a fraudulent case then.
That's what I would say. I mean, everything
Absolutely.
I fill it out here is leading to it. Definitely, yeah. No question about it in my mind.
Right.
뉴욕 부동산 중개인 사기 사건 해결. 사설 탐정에게 들어온 두 번째 의뢰, 차량 도난 사건.
This is our GPS tracker. We use this GPS to track people, especially if we're surveilling them. They want to know where they're going and what they're doing. So, but it sticks in metal like this. Okay?
오,
See how it's
붙은다.
right?
우와.
Now, where it is right now is not good because they can see it. We don't want them to see it. So what we do is we take it and we'll hide it. We can hide it in the engine, we can hide it underneath there, or we can hide it underneath here.
여기도 붙어.
여기 빛이가 잘 안 보인다.
차의 위치 추적 장치를 부착해두면 차량 도난이나 자동차 관련 사건 발생 시 위치 추적 장치로 이동 경로를 볼 수 있으므로 쉽고 빠르게 자동차를 찾을 수 있습니다.
We were able to locate a stolen car because it had a GPS on it. And now that stolen car has been recovered and is at the sheriff's department. So that's the advantage of being able to track things with a GPS system. Technology has really shrunk the world in a sense that people can communicate with each other and they can be anywhere in the world. And they can perpetrate their fraud anywhere in the world. So it's a very important profession in any community. Like you just witnessed here, we put this underneath the car so we can track it. So, but we also track a stolen car. And now that stolen car has been recovered by using a GPS tracker and a computer system with the satellites.
우와.
So now that car is over with the Orange County Sheriff's Department, and now that we've concluded our training here, you should be able to go over there and you'll be able to continue and see what happened with that stolen car.
한적한 건물 주차장에서 발생한 차량 도난 사고. 갑자기 나타난 한 괴한의 습격으로 차량은 통째로 도둑맞았습니다. 다행히 차에 미리 설치해두었던 위치 추적 장치로 도난당한 차량을 찾을 수 있었지만 범인은 아직 잡지 못한 상황. 그래서 첨단 과학기술로 범인을 찾아내는 범죄과학수사대가 나섰습니다. 과연 범인을 잡을 수 있을까요?
안녕하세요. 안녕하세요.
Welcome to the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for coming to see us from Korea. My name is Mila. It's nice to meet you.
My name is Chelsea,
Oh, I'm Chang.
My name is 지혜.
and we are crime scene investigators here with the Orange County Sheriff's Office in Orlando, Florida.
오늘의 두 번째 멘토, 올랜도 오렌지 카운티 범죄과학수사대원 첼시 존슨과 밀라 트란. 과학적 지식을 토대로 범인의 흔적을 찾는 범죄과학수사대.
A crime scene investigator, what I do is I respond to crime scenes, document the scene, collect evidence, we would bring it back to our lab to do any further processing, whether it's for fingerprints or for DNA.
범죄과학수사관은 과학적인 방법으로 사건의 실마리를 푸는 범죄수사 분야의 핵심 직업입니다.
It's very rewarding to be able to help people who are in need and help solve crimes. It's very satisfying to feel that you contributed to this investigation.
지금부터 범죄과학수사관에 대해 알아보겠습니다.
멘토님 저 근데 저 미국 CSI 드라마를 엄청 좋아하거든요.
What we do is not exactly like the CSI TV show, so we hope today that we can show you exactly what we do and how different it is from the show.
Well, on the TV show, you see these beautiful women coming out in their high heels and they drive Hummers and they process the crime scene in like 2 minutes and they find all the important evidence right away. And then they bring it back to the lab and they do all the analysis themselves. I think they even wear handcuffs or have handcuffs and wear guns. We don't have any of that. We are not law enforcement officers, so we don't carry handcuffs, we don't carry guns. We do go out to crime scenes and we do process them, but when we come back, we do whatever processing that we can in addition to the scene, but whatever is out of our capabilities, we send it to the state lab to be analyzed.
그러면요, 멘토님, 경찰이랑 CSI랑 뭐가 달라요?
So, as police officers, they're responsible for trying to prevent crime and arresting bad guys after a crime has been committed. Whereas we don't have any involvement in that. We come after a crime has been committed and try to help solve the investigation.
Oh, that's good.
Detective Earl Johnson informed us that he recovered a stolen vehicle, which has been transported into our bay at the forensics unit. So we're going to take you back there, and we're going to show you what we do every day.
네.
So come with us.
우와. 멘토님, 이게 그 차예요?
Yes, this is the car that Detective Johnson called us about, and he found it earlier today. So we'll be looking for evidence based off of what Detective Johnson told us, and we want to find the fingerprints in the car and anything that might link the suspect to the crime.
우와. 빨리 보고 싶다.
범죄 과학 수사에 있어 증거 수집은 가장 기본이자 중요한 단계입니다.
When you miss an important piece of evidence, you could change everything. You can process an entire scene, not have a single fingerprint or not have a single sample of DNA to potentially identify who your suspect is. So if you miss that one piece of evidence, it could have your suspects or be able to help you identify your suspect. So it's very important to be extremely thorough and be thorough every time and just give your best effort every day.
범인을 잡기 위한 첫 번째 임무, 증거 수집.
First, you need to put on gloves.
선생님, 이 장갑을 왜 끼는 거예요?
The gloves are to protect us from anything we might find inside of the vehicle, and so also we don't leave our own fingerprints or any DNA of our own, so we're not contaminating the scene.
와,
진짜 CSI 된 기분이야.
멋있다.
지금부터 범죄 과학 수사관이 어떻게 증거 수집을 해서 범인을 찾아내는지 대원들이 직접 체험해봤습니다.
So our main focus is going to be to try and find any evidence that links us to our suspect. So our main concerns are going to be DNA or fingerprints. So we're going to
Wow.
try and find anything that the suspect may have touched or left behind.
그런데 멘토님, 그 증거물을 찾을 때 어떤 점을 주의해야 해요?
So one of our biggest packaging rules is we package everything in paper as opposed to plastic. Because when it's in paper, it allows the item to breathe. If you put it in plastic, you're more likely to create mold, which can contaminate your evidence.
증거물들이 서로 오염되지 않도록 각각의 종이 봉투에 담아줘야 하는데요. 이때 봉투 앞에 어떤 증거물인지 이름을 꼭 적어줘야 합니다.
그럼 지금부터 찾아가도 되는 거예요?
Yes.
드디어 드림 주니어 대원들의 차례. 잘 할 수 있을까요?
오. 야 이거 봐봐.
옷이야?
이거 약간 피 묻은 것 같아.
멘토가 알려준 대로 증거물을 꼼꼼하게 수집하는 지혜. 사건 현장에 있는 사소한 물건도 다 증거물이 될 수 있으므로 잠시도 긴장을 늦춰서는 안 된답니다.
Okay. I'll place it over here with our water bottle.
네.
Can I hold open bags?
야 이거 커피 마시던 거 있다. 이거 범인이 마시던 거 같은데.
또한 다른 사람이 보지 못하는 부분까지 관찰해야 하므로 집중력과 통찰력은 필수입니다.
선생님, 저희 이거 다 찾았는데 잘한 거 맞아요?
Yes, you did a great job. But keep in mind that you don't always see everything out in the open. So sometimes you have to look under things or in between them to find all the evidence.
오.
도난 차량에서 이렇게 많은 증거품들이 나왔습니다. 증거 수집이 끝났다면 이제부터 이 증거물들을 분석해야겠죠?
Now we're going to take the evidence to see Sarah, and she'll process it for biological evidence.
와. 우와. 안녕하세요.
Hello. This is Sarah. She's going to help us analyze some of the evidence that you collected today.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm a forensic biologist here with the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
범죄 과학 수사관의 파트너 법의학자 세라. 작은 면봉 하나로 범인의 모든 것을 알아낼 수 있다. 인간의 유전자 정보를 담고 있는 DNA 분석입니다.
So DNA is very definitive because everybody's DNA profile is different with the exception of identical twins. And so therefore, as a suspect or a criminal in a suspect in a case, it would be they'd have a lot of explaining to do if their DNA was on a crime scene or on evidence if they claim to have not been there.
범인을 잡기 위한 두 번째 임무, DNA 분석.
First thing I'm going to do is lay out my evidence on some clean paper after I've cleaned the area. In this case, specifically, we're looking for blood. So we have some visible stains that we call them red-brown stains. Could be blood, could be barbecue sauce, we don't know.
DNA를 검사하기 전에 반드시 혈흔 여부부터 확인해야 하는데요. 검사에 충분한 양을 얻기 위해 열심히 긁어줘야 합니다.
Okay, so now I'm going to test it with a 3-step test here, which is it's called the Kasselmeyer test. And I'm going to start with just isopropyl alcohol.
첫 번째 단계, 알코올을 한두 방울 떨어뜨려 종이를 촉촉이 적셔줍니다.
As it opens up the cells that have DNA in them potentially.
다음 단계는 혈흔 검출에 필요한 특수 용액을 넣어줍니다. 마지막으로 화산화수소를 떨어뜨려주면 혈흔일 경우 색이 분홍색으로 변합니다.
See that? So what that tells me is there is hemoglobin, which means it's probably blood. So then once I'm done and I've determined that these are all positive, presumptive positive for blood, I can now just take a sample. So put a little water in here, just the tip. And then I could rub the stain and try to get as much transfer to the swab as possible. So then the lab would send this to the lab and they could run that for DNA.
DNA 샘플 채취 성공! DNA만큼이나 중요한 것이 또 있습니다. 바로 범인이 남기고 간 지문인데요.
your fingerprints are individual to you. No one else has the same fingerprints as you. Every person is different. So by developing one fingerprint or one partial fingerprint, it can be identified to a single person, which ultimately you hopefully identify your suspect.
똑같은 지문을 가진 사람은 단 한 명도 없기에 지문은 범인을 잡는 데 결정적 증거로 쓰입니다.
So for example, with identical twins, your fingerprints are different, but your DNA is going to be the same. So you could have a DNA sample and they are going to match each other, but one leaves a fingerprint behind, and that's going to be a characteristic that identifies one individual person as opposed to identifying both twins. It's only going to match to one person.
범인을 잡기 위한 세 번째 임무, 지문 분석.
So here we just have our basic fiberglass brush and our black fingerprint powder. So because we want to use very little, we're going to put some into the lid.
우와.
And what you'll do is you dip the brush into the powder. And you want to shake off any excess. And then you turn your brush in a twisting motion.
우와. 우와. 지문이 나오나 봐.
And you can see the ridge detail that shows up. That's what you're looking for.
드디어 범인이 차에 탈 때 생긴 지문이 발견되었습니다.
그런데 멘토님, 이 가루가 뭐예요?
The powder adheres to any water or oils that are left behind when you leave a fingerprint. So the powder will attach to that and develop any ridge detail that you can't see with the naked eye, and it's called a latent fingerprint.
잠재 지문이란 눈으로 보이지 않아서 채취해야만 확인할 수 있는 지문을 말합니다.
You want to start at one end and follow it to the other.
지문이 훼손되지 않도록 잘 떼어내야 합니다. 손잡이에 묻은 범인의 지문 채취 성공! 피해 차량을 타고 도주했기 때문에 범인의 흔적이 반드시 차 안에 더 남아있을 텐데요. 완벽한 범인 추적을 위해 더 많은 지문이 필요합니다.
So what I will do now is I will take your water bottle. We have 3 processes that we like to use. I know you practice black powder on the car itself, but we also have cyanoacrylate or superglue fuming, which we then can do dye stain with, fluorescent dye stain.
지문을 채취하는 방법에는 여러 가지가 있습니다. 그중 하나가 얼룩 염색인데요. 얼룩 염색은 초강력 접착제를 뿌린 후 증기를 쏘여 지문이 드러나게 한 후 다시 한번 염색을 시키는 방법입니다. 와, 정말 집중력과 인내심이 필요한 정교한 작업이네요.
Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to examine it under the light. And to view it, these goggles will help you see it better. It filters out the blue light. You're welcome. So I'm going to turn it on and turn off the lights.
우와, 여기 지문 있다. 봐봐.
오, 진짜 여기 있네?
오, 여기. 완전 신기해. 와. 그런데 멘토님, 이 고글을 왜 쓰는 거예요?
So why do we wear these goggles?
The goggles help us see the stains because it filters out the blue light. If you take off the goggles, all you can see is blue.
오, 한번 빼봐. 안경을 빼고 봐봐. 그러면
So when you put the goggles back on, you don't see the blue anymore. You just see the yellow.
벗으면 지문이 안 보이는데 쓰면 보여.
물병에 묻은 범인의 지문 채취 성공!
our next step is going to be to process our fingerprints on the sheet of paper, which to us is known as a porous surface. So we have the sheet of paper that you collected from the car. We're just going to place it in the dish. And because this is a chemical, for safety reasons, we have to do it under the fume hood. So any vapors that show up, they go exit through the fume hood.
종이를 특수 용액에 푹 담가 건조하면 종이에 있던 지문을 확보할 수 있습니다. 이 방법을 사용하면 목재나 하드보드에 있는 지문도 찾을 수 있다고 하네요.
So as you can see, there are some purple areas on the paper. There's also some on the back.
와, 이거 지문이 이렇게 다 남은 거 봐.
So now that we have all of our fingerprint evidence for our case, we're going to take everything over to Tanya in the identification unit for analysis.
네.
범인을 잡기 위한 마지막 임무, 용의자 신원 확인.
You can follow me to our ident section. Our identification unit, this is where we turn in all of our fingerprints.
Wow.
So they analyze any fingerprints that we submit or collect from a scene. So all the fingerprints we have from today, I place in this envelope, which is how we would submit it to them, and then they would analyze them.
드림 주니어 대원들이 열심히 수집했던 지문들을 분석하는 차례. 지문으로 어떻게 범인을 찾는 건지 정말 궁금합니다.
그러면요, 멘토님, 이 지문이 어떤 사람의 건지 어떻게 아세요?
Your fingerprint is made up of lines that run in different shapes. Sometimes they might split into two, sometimes they end and form different types of shapes and patterns. And we look for those similarities when we're looking for a match, essentially.
아, 용의자 거랑 비교를 하는구나.
This here on the screen is the print that you guys processed and recovered here from this crime. And what you see here on the left-hand side is the actual full rolled fingerprint of the suspect. And then what you have over here on the right is the small fragmented area that you guys processed and collected from the crime.
과연 드림 주니어 대원들이 찾은 지문으로 범인을 잡을 수 있을까요? 긴장되고 떨리는 순간. 드디어 차량 증거물에 나온 지문과 일치하는 용의자 발견.
So in this case here, you can see on the screen that I have these red dots signify the areas that match up or the points that match up from the unknown print to the suspect print, and there are no points that do not match. Therefore, in this case, we've been able to identify the suspect.
지문 분석을 통해 범인 확인 성공. 이번에는 DNA 분석 결과도 확인해 봐야겠죠?
Hi, the results are in. So here we have a portion of the DNA profile from the lab. It's 3 out of the 13 locations. And you can see here that they're an exact match. So basically these two peaks represent 2 locations on that particular site on the DNA strand, and then here they're exact match. So you have 14, 14, 17, 17, and it goes all the way down to the whole profile. So it's an exact match.
선생님, 그럼 저희가 범인을 찾은 거예요?
Yes, it proves that he is our suspect.
우리 대원들 증거물 찾느라 힘들었는데 고생한 보람이 있네요. 축하합니다.
와, 야, 우리가 범인 찾은 거야.
대원들의 노력으로 마침내 자동차를 훔쳤던 범인을 잡았습니다.
So you have successfully completed the case of the auto theft.
And you've also completed our training as a crime scene investigator. So, in honor of that, we'd like to present you with honorary crime scene investigator certificates. So, one for Gia and one for John.
오, 감사합니다.
Congratulations! Thank you so much for spending the day with us.
대원들에게는 평생 잊지 못할 뜻깊은 체험이 되겠네요.
Crime scenes tell a story, and it's my job to interpret that story. And every story is different. It's what I love about my job. I come into work, and every day it's different. But it's the general idea of you're putting together a puzzle, and you're telling a story, and you're helping speak for people who can't speak for themselves.
Newer, fresher brains, children being more interested in this field as it continues to grow. The children of today can give fresh ideas that the older generations would have never thought of. Even today on crime scenes, when we go out, we prefer to go out in pairs because there's always a different perspective that you will never think about by yourself.
범인을 찾기 위해 직접 수사에 참여했던 드림 주니어. 영화나 드라마에서 봤던 사설 탐정과 범죄 과학 수사관을 직접 체험해봤는데요. 오늘 하루 어땠습니까?
제 손으로 직접 범인을 잡은 거잖아요. 그리고 그 과정도 다 함께 했고. 그래서 제가 이 직업을 맡았을 때, 그 일을 했을 때의 그 뿌듯함과 그 느낌이 진짜로 느낄 수 있어서 정말 좋았어요.
앞에서 직접 이렇게 도둑들을 붙잡는 그런 경찰은 아니지만 그 범행에 관해서 조사도 하고 연구도 하면서 남들은 잘 알아주지 않지만 뒤에서 열심히 도움을 주는 그 훌륭한 직업인 것 같아요.
현대의 범죄는 다양해지고 치밀해지고 교묘해지고 있어 우리의 삶을 위협하고 있습니다. 하지만 오늘도 범죄와 맞서 싸우는 이들이 있기에 우리는 안전하게 살아갈 수 있습니다. 사람들을 범죄로부터 지켜줄 수 있는 멋진 직업에 여러분도 한번 도전해보세요.
뭐야? 뭐 헬리콥터 같이 생겼어? 뭐야, 사진 찍자.
코웨이 물심표 시간 시즌 2.
물대장, 물 마시러 왔구나. 신나게 물 마셔보자. 물 다 마셔요. 오늘 몇 번 마셨어? 5번. 우와, 잘했어. 멋지네.
유치원, 어린이집에서 시작된 물심표 시간을 이제 집에서도 함께합니다. 3살 물습관 평생 가도록 코웨이 물심표 시간. 코웨이.